Hello there folks, this is your friend and host Normandie Junction, welcoming you back to another episode of Building the Olympic / Titanic. And today we are going to do a bit different today. Hopefully this is going to be a bit of a quick video, because I do know some of my videos do take a lot of time. But first of all, I want to welcome all my new subscribers again. Thank you for all your support to my existing one as well, as the channel continues to grow to the 900 mark of subscribers. I just want to wish you all thank you so much for your support and help, and a welcome aboard to all the new crew members. So today we are going to do something like this. Okay, so for today on this, we're going to be focusing on the superstructure. Now I have been getting some messages from folks, the difference between the Titanic and the Olympic, and we're going to address this today. In fact, this is the differences between the Olympic, the Titanic, and the Britannic. So what I mean by that is basically these ships are all the same design features inside and out, except for some one or two differences, mostly the superstructure, which is I've done here for you. Okay, so basically we're going to be doing the windows, the enclosed promenade, B deck, but the good news is, folks, we don't have to do C deck on the structure. Now the portholes are here on C deck, which I'm looking at right now, are exactly the same on the Olympic, Titanic, and the Britannic. So they are all the same, so we don't have to do any changes of that, thank God, because there's a lot of portholes. But A deck, promenade, and B deck, there are differences. Now I built this temporary like fascia, so hopefully you see the differences between the two, but I'm going to go through it with you guys one stage at a time. Okay, so we're going to start at the bow. Now you'll need to come, like as I say, use the Olympic here for reference to see if you are building the Olympic. If you want to build the Titanic, this is where you've got to basically start. Now you go to frame 69 bow, well, obviously 69 to the bow, and it's obviously between frame 70 and 71. Now I've laid down a blue pattern here, or sort of bluish. It's basically to show what we're going to build. So I'll start off getting my quarter steps. I say keep the comments coming, guys. I don't mind answering questions at all about the build, because it is difficult to build. You know, it has taken a long time to build as well, and I say I'm come to that stage now, catching up on the videos, so I have to start getting on with it myself really. But I spend a lot of time doing the inside of decorations of the Titanic. I totally forget about the Olympic as well. Okay, so like I say, start off on frame 69, come one to the left, go down one, and you start off by putting a quarter step right there. Okay, and you go down by one, which is already quarters is ready. Then go to the left by one, remove it, put a quarter steps there, and once again go down by two, which are already quarters. You just fill it in there, and obviously you'll have these exposed decks as well. Make sure you fill it all in like this, but obviously go two down from that quarter steps, go one to the left, replace it with a quarter stairs, and fill the bottom two below you with quartz blocks, and go from this block here to the left by one, quartz stairs there, and then go down by one, put a quartz block there, and one single quartz block there, and the quartz stairs on the left as well, folks. So that should leave 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be able to put down 4 oak slabs here. So this is filling in basically this whole frame here, this window here. Okay, so that should create, like, you know, the sort of like curved structure it's famous for. But going back to frame 69, this is on the outside of the structure. You need to go at least from this block here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks down, and to the right, well, they will be like empty if you're doing the Olympics, so you need to leave a gap of 3, and it's up by 3, 4, 5, so it's a 3by5 block again. Yeah, those famous blocks we did on the B deck. And once again, once you've done that, you basically fill it in with, well, I'm going to use blue stained glass panels again, and that's how it is. And it's basically, you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons just going all the way around it. Now it's a repeated process, so after you finish the first window, give yourself a gap of 3, and then you have to do it again. Okay, so basically well, you either filling it in or removing it, you know, for anyone who's just like filled it all with quartz blocks like this. But obviously you'll have to fill it in as well, so always make sure you've got a gap of 3, folks. So let's fill in the glass panels. Okay, and another reason as well, folks, the B deck promenade is not the same on the other side. So this is, I just stated this as well, start off on the port side, the left-hand side of the ship as you're looking towards the bow. Port side. This is the port side, and then we'll go on to the starboard side. But it's only 1-2 changes, but it does make a difference. So this is this is the port side. Start on the left-hand side, as this picture here. Okay. So continuing the process. So we count now 2 windows here. So you need to carry on. So you need to so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 13 windows in total. I'll just double check for you to make sure we've not missed anyone. Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'll just fill in this one now. Well, fill it in or either remove it. Okay. Okay, alright, and put in your glass panels. Okay. And then get your buttons and go around the outside of the ship. There you go. So you should come up to the flexi line now. There should be a gap of 4. So count that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the flexi line. Okay. And then to the right over here, continuing, it's another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So it should be filling this section here. So once again, remove 3, or like I say, give yourself a gap of 3, then fill in 3. You know, it's the other way around. And also it's 5 high. So like I say, if this window here, it's clearly you have to fill it in if you have done it already. So it'll be these 3 here you fill in, because obviously it'll be, hang on, it'll be like that as you do it. Hang on. So like I say, if you come across this, so it's a gap of 3, fill in the 3, then just make your way to the top. Okay, but you gotta make sure as well there's a gap of 2 blocks at the top for the window. So like I say, for the A deck promenade, you start off at the top of the boat deck here, you go down by 2, and then it's a gap of windows. It's a 3B5 window, 3B5. Now once again, there's a lot more windows to do, folks, so we'll count this as 1 again. So once again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So it's 29 windows in total. Okay, a bit of a reference here on frame 4 to the bow, because we're getting close to the center line. So that'll be frame 4. This here will be frame number 5, and that'll be frame number 6. This one here. So like I say, that's number 4, that's number 5, that's number 6, and so forth and so forth. Okay, make sure I've got the gap there right. Okay, so like I say, some of the frames will overlap as well, so don't worry about that. Okay, so like I say, just continue on, fill it all in, and obviously you're going to come across some pillows as well that you have to remove. Like I say, there's 29 there in total. So let's double check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Right, 29 windows. Okay. So like I say, we'll do a reference again. So I say 4 there on the bow, gap of 3. So that'll be number 5 of the bow. And then that one there is number 6. And obviously some of the frames are going to overlap. 7. And in case that does happen, I'll come over to the Titanic here and show you what you need to do. bit of a show rather than explain it. Like I say, some cases they will overlap here. So it's just a case of putting a single frame. If you have done the frames, just leave one at the top there. Okay, right. Now, like I say, I'll do a jump cut with all those windows chiseled out. But I'm going to move on now to the halfway point, because the whole promenade section here is going to be lowered. Now what I mean by that is this. So if you go back to frame 4 of the bow, okay, so obviously you'll see all this filled in, okay, because that's one of the posts there. Well, it could be, like I say, but on there it's not. So if you go to frame 4 of the bow, let's make sure that all lines up. Yeah, frame 4 of the bow. Just basically put a line down there. Now, so this go down by 1, which is that one there, and then on the second one to the right by 1, put in a quartz stairs, and after that you just get quartz blocks again and fill it all in going downwards, and once again go down by 1 step again and fill it all going downwards. Okay, and then after the second one you need to go down by 2 blocks, and to the right of the second block put in a quartz steps. Okay, now on the Olympic here you should be having a post here, so we'll just remove the post because we don't need that. Okay, and after you've removed that post, it'll be just like from this quartz stairs, go down to the southeast by 1, down to the right, remove that, and then obviously put the blocks underneath. And then the next stage is go to the right by 1 on this block here. So it's this block, and you should have a wood panel there. Remove it and replace it with a quartz block, and do the same again, but this time with a quartz stairs. And you need to remove the slabs, because we need to remove the whole thing down by 1. Okay, so what I mean by that is basically the quartz blocks are already there. It's that one and that one. After 2, the third one, remove that block and put it with a quartz steps. Okay, and then after a block of 2 blocks there, okay, you just replace them with the slabs. So basically we're moving this whole line here, we're deleting it and move everything down by 1. However, the posts, the pillars here are all different as well. So after 2 blocks here, what I'll was go on the inside here, remove the slab and move the quartz and bring everything up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically join up, so it looks like this now. Okay, so every single one now is going to have a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so what you need, using this as a reference here, I'm just going to remove everything. Remove this. There we go. And remove the slab, the temporary slabs I put on, and just put them on top now. I hope this is quite clear to everybody. So in between each pillow here, not pillow, pillar, not pillow, don't think of bedtime. Each pillar is a gap of 11. So there's the pillar there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We start on the next one. So on the inside, remove those and drag it all the way up to the top. So as time goes on, as you move along, I can just remove all these temporary ones here. There you go. So it should look like that going along. So like I say, it's just a case now of removing this basically the slabs and the quartz. So the slab and the quartz, and along obviously working yourself along the way. Any Olympic pillars, if you have done the Olympic, just remove it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But I can't stress enough now, the gaps in between these pillars is 11 blocks. So like I say, you saw on this pillar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And on the 12th block, you just remove the slab, keep the quartz, and it goes upwards, but on the next one, remove it. There you you go. So it should look like that. So that continues on all the way to the stern. Okay, and if you see the flexi line as well, because obviously on the Olympic there was a pillar there, you just basically put a slab on top. There we go. So it's basically steps. It's like on the Olympic as well. Sorry, the Titanic here, because this is where the flexi line is. But obviously I left it there. I'll just yeah, leave it as it is there. Okay, so as you continue on, so there should be at least, so starting from this curve here, we'll count this frame here as 1. So this window 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Go check this last 11. 10, 11, yeah, 26, 27. So it all comes out evenly. Okay, so like I say, starting from the back here, I'll just remove basic everything that's here. Like I say, if you've got any questions about this, don't hesitate to contact me. So I'll explain best as I can. I've got my own limitations, but I do try and explain as best as I can. So like I say, yep, there's a gap of 11 there. So once again, if you've built the Olympic railing so far, to do the Titanic, you just need to remove all the wooden slabs and then the first line of concrete there. So not concrete, the quartz. And like I say, each pillar, as you put down, there's a gap of 11 in between. Okay. So that reduces this section here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks instead of 6 on the Olympics. Like I say, this is the Olympic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a wooden slab. Okay. Right, so like I say, I'm going to do a jump cut now with all this complete, because like I say, the A deck promenade is exactly the same on the other side. So I will be back in just a moment. And there you go, that's the completion of A deck for the Titanic. And this can also represent the Britannic as well, if you are going to build a Britannic as well. Like I say, it's a similar design. It was the hospital, the third of the sisters hospital ship that unfortunately struck a mine in the First World War, and is currently sitting at the bottom of the GNC. Right, so like I say, that's how it should look, and this is how the stern should look as well. Like I say, it's the same for both sides as well, there's no difference. Right, so we're going to proceed on to B deck. I'll just finish the flyover here. Now B deck, I'm going to start the stern first, because this is probably a good place to start, because on the Olympic it was a very open promenade. Now if you have done it, okay, I'm going to need you to fill it all in, basically all the gaps. That's 1, 2, 3, all the way up to, let me just find which one we need to leave blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if we go from the stern, the first 6 windows, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can just leave. Okay, but the rest you have to fill in. Okay, if you haven't done it, if you left it just a full wall, that's great, but this is where we need to be. Okay, so the frames themselves are going to be different as well. So the best thing to do as well, if you're looking at the bottom of the stern here, is the first 3 are absolutely fine. You don't need to change them, okay, because they line up perfectly, this pillar here to the top pillar here. However, the next stage, once again, it's a gap of 11. So we start on this pillar here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11. So on the 12th one, remove the slab and put the block of quartz there. And also, we don't have to go down by 1 because it's already the same height. Okay, so the only extra we need to do is basically need to fill it in, and just basically we're going to fill in these pillars here as we speak. So like I say, just remove this central one here, and replace the slab. Okay, so that's the fourth one in. This is the fifth. When you see the pillar, just remove it. Okay, and also as well, going from the pillar itself, you start to left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, after 7 blocks on the 8th, put the stairs, and after that one, just go remove it there. Okay, so get your quartz block. So to the left, proceed with 2 more. Basically fill it all in as well till you come to your next pillar. So we'll just fill it all that in there. Now after 2 quartz blocks on the 3rd one, we need to put another staircase, and then of course as well fill it all in to the edge of the pillar. And also as well, after the staircase, you need to put 1 block down here, because this is actually going to be a pillar itself. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, should be 5 blocks there. Now after you've done the pillar, go back to the base here, which is that 1 block there. Go forward 2 to the left, and on the second one, just put quartz stairs, and then fill in the rest as you go along. Go up by 1 to the left by 1, another staircase, and basically fill in the next 4 blocks, and just remove and just put a block on top of there, so it's just another 4 to the left, or 3, so it should look like that. And then with 2 rows to go. Okay, so I'll just leave here to make sure everybody gets a clear view of the camera shot. We need to put 1 here and going across, and the last one just up to the left as well, and fill it all in. There you go. And that's your curve for the stern. So it's the same on the opposite side as well. There's no difference, but like I say, this is the port side, guys. This is the left hand side. Now the only difference is with the port and starboard, there's 2 things. It's these windows to start off with. It's these 3, these 3, and these 3, and these 2, and the next 3 along. It's basically the ones I've not put the buttons on, but I'll give you the lengths as well, so you'll get it as well. Because you can see there, that's the Titanic on the starboard side. It's all made of windows, because this is actually the restaurant, and on the other side is the Cafe Parisien. Okay, so to make a start with, so returning to this pillar here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After 8 blocks, so I'll say that again, or we can go from this top of the stairs here. It's 3 to the left, so that's 1, 1, 2, 3, and then go 4. Okay, go down by 1, remove these 3, and it's 5 in height and 3 in width. So that's a 5 and a 3. Okay. Then you do a gap of 1, and you remove the next 3 by 5. So make sure you got at least 1 gap there. That's a good reference point. And as well, 1 more window to go. Okay, so let me find the reference for you. So once again, go from the quartz stairs, 4 to the left, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Go down by 5, cross by 3, and up by 5. And you go 3 across. So that's the first window. And obviously get your glass stained windows and fill them all in. But I'm not going to fill in these ones just yet, because I'm going to be removing them. Okay, so you need a gap now. So go from this corner here, that one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So remember that, guys, it's a gap of 9. And you need to remove 3. And 5 in height. Gap of quartz blocks by 1. Remove 3. Okay. And once again, it's 5 in height. So basically you're resting it on the grey line here. It's a good reference. And then gap of 1 again, and remove the next 3. So that's the second lot of the 3 windows done. Okay, so like I said, this is the restaurant on the port side. Okay, so now Right, another gap of 9, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move the 3, go up by 5, and you just need to repeat the process. So it's a gap of 1 again. Remove the next 3. There you go. Gap of 1, remove these 3 here. There you go. So it should look like this so far. Okay. Now, return into here. Basically, I'll put that down for reference. Oh, excuse me. Go to the left. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And once again, it's a gap of 3, up by 5. But there's only 2 windows here, so leave a gap of 1. Move these 3 here and go upwards. So like I say, guys, we're working our way from the stern to the bow on the port side. Okay. Right. Now the windows change here. They go down in height by 1. So the width is going to be 9 again, I think. So let me double check, or is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it's a gap of 10 because the windows have shrunken by 1. So it's across by 2, up by 4. So it's 2b4. So there's 8 blocks you're getting rid of. And going from here again, so you need another gap of 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remove the next 2 and go up by 4 on each side. So the gap is a little quieter now, so it's going to be a gap of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so another gap of 6. Remove the 2, go up by 4 on each side. Okay, now the next one, I think it's a gap of 9 again, or 10. So go from here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, it's 14. So go from this window again, from this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And remove 2 and go up by 4 on each side. Okay, and obviously here you can start laying down the buttons. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. So I'm just going to recap so make sure we're all on the same page. Alright, so going from the curve again. So it's 3 windows of 3b5, 3 width, 5 height, gap of 9, so another 3, 3b5, another 9, so that's 1, 2, 3 windows, 3 width, 5 height, and then 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 again, just 2 windows this time. Okay, so we're on, and then it's a gap of 3, 6, 9, 10. And we're on to the first of the 2b4s, 2 width, 4 height, and then it's a gap of 10 again, 2 width, 4 height, but onto the third window is a gap of 6, and it's 2 out by 2 blocks, 4 height, and then it's a gap of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's a gap of 14, so I'm staying on this one for now. I'll just put the block there for reference. So like all those windows here, you can put the buttons on. So like I say, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you come across like this section here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then leave a gap, 1, 2, 3, and go all the way up, and then all the way up in the middle. So it looks like this. And it's the same again with these 3 windows as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, leave a gap, 1, 2, 3, leave a gap, 1, 2, 3. Go all the way up here, all the way up there, and all the way up there. Great. So we're moving on now. So this is going to be where basically the next. So we're looking at the window. So where we left off here, going towards the bow again, because we're coming up to the first flexi line. So it's 1, 2, 3. The next 3 have all going to be a gap of 9, so I'm going to check. So 3, 6, oh sorry, it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remove 2, 2b4 height. Next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remove 2, go by 2 height. I'll leave that block in there for the reference. Okay, the next one. So after 2 windows, we're on the third one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 width, 4 height. But after the third one, it's going to get a little shorter now. So it's a gap of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove 2 lines there. Go up by 4. 6 again. Move 2. Up by 4. And then 6 again. Move 2. And then go up by 4. So I'll leave a block there now for reference. So after that, you should have completed from our last reference point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows. Now this is where the flexi line is, and this is where we're going to stop here. So gap of 3, just remove a line, just one block going up by 4. It's a singular window. Bit of an odd shape, but this is what it is. And you can put your buttons on the flexi line, which I've done here already. But after that, it's very repetitive from now on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove 2. This is probably the best way to do it. And then remove another 5. Sorry, it should have been 6 because it's the flexi line I didn't count. So count the flexi lines. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove 2. So it's not a 5, it's a 6. Remove 2. And then another 6. Remove 2. And so forth and so forth. And so in total, starting from the flexi line, you count that as 1. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove 2. Don't count this as the first window. So you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 windows in total. Okay, so I'll put a grey block on there. So that's where we're up to. Okay. So I'll go over that again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's 20 windows. Like I say, start on the flexi line. Count that as 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move 2. Go up by 4. Obviously put your glass panels in. So it should look like this. And your buttons as well. So it's 4 buttons up, 2 at the top, 4 down. And you need to repeat that process another 19 times until you come to here. Now here, going back to the start, so after 13 windows. Okay, so but I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick break here. Actually no, I'll just carry on. I'll keep going. So I'll just finish this window now. Right, so if you give yourself a gap of 5, so we're going from this corner again. This one, well that one with the buttons on it. It's a gap of 5 and you need to remove 3 by 5 height. This is where the private promenades are, which I did in a quick tutorial in a previous video. Well, it was like a, watch me as I build it. There wasn't many good instructions in it at all. But as you can see there on the other side, I can see on the port side, and you see there on the starboard side there was a door. That's one of the differences which I'm going to show you later. But on the port side, there was no door. So after you've done the 3 by 5 up, leave a gap of 3. So you need to do same again. Remove 3, go up by 5. There you go. And just put in your glass panels as well. Oh, trying to get it right. Okay, so you need to repeat. So count this as the first window again. I'll say get your buttons. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 at the top and 5 on the other side. So you need to repeat the process. So that's the first. This is the first window. 2, and then it's another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 13 windows there, and you should have a gap of 2 on the door. Like I said, we did the door in the previous video. The doors haven't changed on the Olympic or the Titanic. It's just that we've moved. I mean, obviously, on the Olympic, if you have done the windows, obviously you're going to have to move them across. So those 13 windows start there, a gap of 2 on the door. But this one, you don't have to change the middle one, because that one is exactly the same. It's a gap of 2, then remove 3, 5 be height. It's exactly the same. Sorry, you have to excuse me, folks. I've got a bit of a sore throat tonight. Quick water break. Like I said, this middle window of the 2 doors is exactly the same. That does not change. And there's one more 3B5 window coming up. Just finish that off. There you go. Right, so on the second door, well, the door furthest first in the bow, you need to have a gap of 2 again. Remove the next 3. Okay, so, and then once again, just put your glass panels in, as so forth, and like I say, yeah, just do your buttons as well. So, oh, wrong place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So like I say, you just carry on with that one. So let's say there's 13 windows there, 1 single window, which we don't change from the Olympic, so you can just skip that one. But we do need to put one here towards the left. You should already have it. It's this window here. Okay, so if you have done like basically what I have done on the Olympic, it's basically leave that window there as its own. But all these windows here will have to go. You have to fill them in. If you want to do the Titanic or the Britannic, like I say, after this one here, these ones have to go. All right. So what you need to replace it with, if you just do it all with a blank wall, which I've done here, go from the button block, bottom left, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now these are 3 in width, but 4 in height. So the one less shorter than the promenade ones. Okay. So once again, after a gap of 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, remove 3, and then we're going to repeat the process, but it's a gap of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then remove 3, and you go up by 4. So 3 width, 4 height, so another gap of 5 again. Remove the next 3. There you go. And then it's a gap of 5 again, and remove 3. Now you should be coming up to the next flexi line here. This is where we have to stop here. So after the door, you should have the big promenade window there, then 1, 2, 3, 4 windows at 3 width, 5 height, 4 height, but with a gap of 5 to begin with. So like I said, this one is a 9. Once again, I'll just recap. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, then a gap of 3, then a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, and a 3. And then go 3 from the bottom left here, 1, 2, 3, and then it's a single 1 in width and 4 in height. So it's a singular window. And then you should be on the flexi line. And then 1/4 to the left, remove the next 2, and it's 4 in height and 2 in width. Okay, so it should look like this. Right, so moving on, just got the last few windows to go. We have to remove, it's a gap of 5 again, and then another 3 and 4 in height. So this is a width of 2 only, but the next one is a width of 3 and 5. So it's a gap of 5 blocks again. Remove the next 3, another gap of 5. Remove the next 3, like I say, 4 in height, 3 in width. Okay, so that should put it after the flexi line. Says 1 window at 2 before, then 1, 2, 3 windows at 3 and 4 height, and on the third one, another gap of 5. Remove the next 3, 4 in height, but you just leave a singular quartz slab, it's not slab, block, and going up in 4, and remove the next 3, and you go up in 4, and on the final push now, so after that one it's a gap of 5 again, remove the next 3, go up in 4, there you go, bottom left again, gap of 5, move 3, up in 4, gap of 5 again, move 3, go up in 4, and then another gap of 5, remove 3, go up in 4, but then it's just a singular block, remove 3, okay, and that should leave a gap of 5 again, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you should be on the curve now, basically we're heading towards the bow, and then on this curve here, I'll put the buttons on the inside, basically take the next 3 blocks out, and then it's up by 4, and then there should be a window here on the Olympic. You just fill it in fact, you'll see it here, so you can see the difference between the two. So we're on the curve here for the Titanic, it's that block here, so basically we have removed these 3 here, fill it in, move the window, and then there should be a window here on the Olympic, smash it, fill it in, return it to normal, and that is B deck on the port side complete. Okay, so I'm going to do no jump cut, guys. I'll just fill in the rest. So like I say, you know, just take your time, pause my videos if you need to, don't rush as I have done. But like I say, if you need another reference from this curve here, if we go from this stair block, count this whole block, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Alright, so I'll be right back. I'm going to fill all these windows here for you, and we'll do the starboard side. Recording paused. Okay, recording resumed. Recording resumed in 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm back, folks. I haven't completed it all because I didn't see the point really. I'm just going to go straight on now. Obviously, looking at when I was filling the windows here, I think, oh god, how do we fill that in? But don't forget, you've got the smooth stone on the inside. Like I said, I'll just put a line of blocks here. You have the smooth stones on the frames because, like I said, there's a frame right here, and that frame, I think was it 69. Yes, it's good old 69B. So that inside will rest on the smooth stone. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is something a bit different. I'm actually going to flip the camera, which I'm going to do right now. Right. So you should see it in reverse now. So this is give the illusion that we're on the starboard side, the right-hand side of the ship. So you don't get like a little confused. Right, so everything remains on B deck. Everything remains the same, except for 2 things. They're quite easy. Okay, so it's basically we'll return to these 2 doors here. Now, as you can see there on the Titanic, which you'll probably see on the flip, the last window, basically the first big window we saw, this one here, when I was doing the Olympic, you need to remove. I'm going to destroy this window now. Okay, because like I say, on the starboard side, there was 3 doors. I think it actually is the start. I think, was it in the film, the Titanic film, where Rose and you know, the villain Billy Zane, they were having breakfast there one day, you know, flipping a table. Okay, so I've just filled in the blocks now for you. So there's 2 windows. You just got to imagine that window there, which I've not completed without doing. I'll just do it now for you to give the illusion. Okay, so let me fill this in so we don't get confused. Right, okay. Let's put the glass panels in. There we go. You know, the blue ones look quite nice on the ship, really. Maybe it's because I just like the colour blue. There you go. Right, so you need, find the right block. Grey concrete. There we go. Okay, now the gap is between these 2 windows now, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you're going to leave. Let me get my bearings again, see how big the door was. So I'm sure it's about 5 by 10. Yes, it is. Okay. Right, we'll start on this bottom corner here. Well, on the button, it's a gap of 2, so that's 1, 2. Replace that block, put 1 dark grey block, and then it's 1, 2, 3, and then put the next block down there. So you've got a gap of 3. Now this goes all the way down to this bottom grey concrete line here. Once again, there you go. And you just remove the inside. There you go, and you put 5. So you basically got 5 at the bottom. Now what we need to do, starting from this bottom left here, is go up by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sure it wasn't. No, I've gone up by 2. I must have missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And basically remove all these. So that's up by 10. And we're going across by 5. And basically, once again, you need white concrete. What should I put on there? White concrete, and we just fill in the door. So like I said, this is on the starboard side. It does not apply to the port. There was only 2 doors to let passengers on. On the starboard side, they had an extra doorway. Okay, so that's basically the difference there. Now, all these windows here are the same. Every single one, which is great. But the difference is, which I'm just going to get a reference point now. Okay, so we're back to, let's double check the Titanic as well, folks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're fine. Right, so the difference is, going back to these 3 windows, this first one here is fine. Okay? Now what we need to do is basically start filling in all the quartz again. So we don't get confused or anything like that. So we'll get rid of those windows. Get rid of these ones, so make sure we're all singing on the same page. Fill those in. Okay, so remind you folks again, this is on the starboard side. So let's get rid of these buttons. Quickest way to get rid of the buttons is to destroy the block behind it. There we go. Let's get rid of them. Okay. Okay, we also need to get rid of the 2 lots, the 2 windows next to the 3 lots of 3, so they can go as well. rid of the buttons. Ooh. Like I said, this is going to be the Cafe Parisien section of the ship. Very famous cafe. Very famous. Alright, so continue on. The first set of the 2x4 windows can go, so fill them in. And the next one as well. So where I put the buttons on the windows I've not done the buttons, that's the reference point. So this section here is exactly the same. Actually, is it? Let's double check. No, actually, sorry folks. Get rid of this window as well. Double check my notes here, and I was looking at the Titanic on the other side. Alright, so this whole section, yeah, that's the Cafe Parisien. So let me just count how many windows we got. Okay, they are 3x5s again, and a gap of 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 17 in total. So, going back to the new Titanic design here. So that's 1, so a gap of 3. So that's 1, 2, a gap of 3. Get rid of those 3 there. Let me just double check everything's fine. Okay. So now this one is slightly different. Okay. Alright, so then we'll check one more time. I do doubt myself. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, sorry folks, we have gone wrong. Right, so going back to here. Fill those back in. Right, this first window, just fill the right hand side up and take the left hand side down. It's a gap of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fifth one down, like I'll show in here again. There we go. There's the stair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down. Right, so it's 17 in total. Right, so that's the first window. So gap of 3, remove 3. Gap of 3, remove 3. So that's going to go across the window like that. The angle. So 1, 2, 3, remove the 3. 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 1, 2, 3, 1, and remove the 3. So how many have we done so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's remove a 3. 12, remove the 3. 13, 14, 15, 16, and the last one, 17. So there should be quite a bit of a gap there between the 2x4 window and the 3x5. So let me just count it. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hope it's right. So let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, thank you very much. So, like I say, it's 5 in height and 3 in width. So let's remove all. There you go. Like I say, if you've got any questions, folks, feel free to answer any as I can. I don't always have the answers, but yeah. So, like I say, I hope you're still all enjoying the Titanic build and the Olympic build. Like I say, some people have asked me what I'm building next. I haven't thought about it really. I just wanted to get this finished, but like I say, it's been taking a year now. It is a big project. I mean, I would love to like do a server and like have people join in on the build, but like I say, my time is very restricted, being a family man. Maybe if I was 20 years younger I would have done it, but yeah, so you know, this is part of my one of my hobbies and part-time project. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so we're nearly there. I mean, one person asked me, do I find this a waste of time? I said, well, no, because I enjoy it. I wouldn't call wasting your time, you know, something you enjoy, not wasting your time. But there you go. That's what it should look like. There's 17 windows there in total. And once again, get your buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should look like that. And also get your glass panels and start filling them in. So like I say, folks, that's the only difference between the port side and the starboard side. On the starboard side, the right hand side of the ship is the Café Parisien, and on the left hand side, the port side is I think it's the Allée Carte restaurant. Is that how you say it? Correct me if I'm wrong. But that is the only difference. Like I say, that's how it should look like. So like I say, if you give me a few more minutes now, well, quick seconds on your behalf, I will be back by finishing all this off for you. And there we go, folks. It is now complete. So this is what this superstructure looks like for the Titanic and the Britannic, with the Olympic in the background. Well, I'm glad it's done. So like I say, this is how it should look on both the port and starboard side as I work away towards the bow. Like I say, you know, if you do decide to build the Titanic and the Britannic, you can use this design. I mean, this is as close as I've got it. By all means, go for it and just use it on behest. I mean, it depends if you want to build the Olympic or not. Well, like I say, I will continue with the Olympic, but I say the inside of the ships are exactly the same because they were sister ships. It's just these little changes on the outside which are cosmetic. But there you go, we're all done. So glad you enjoyed it, folks. I'm going to wrap up the video here. But once again, thank you for all my subscribers. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share them amongst your friends, let your friends, whoever's on YouTube, learn about it. Maybe consider subscribe to it, the channel as well. It just helped me out big time. But like I say, once again, you know, I'm glad we got this done because I did get a few questions asked me. It was just a case of me getting round to it. But there we go. So if that's how you want to do it, this is how you build for the Titanic as well. So I can say that I've done it already. So I thought I'd show you guys now how to do it. Right then, so I'm going to leave the video here now. So once again, look after yourselves, guys. Thank you once again for all your support. I'll see you all in the next one. Good night.